Barbershop conversation, guys. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. So, I just saw unboxing scene. I read the article, guys. Feel free to go watch it. Maurice Hooker arrested allegedly driving while intoxicated. Let me explain something to you guys. I have no remorse, no uh, uh, um, as it relates to drunk drivers. Uh, you know, I, and he was carrying a gun. Well, it's Texas. It's open carry state, if that's what they call it. And he was intoxicated with a gun in his possession. And he ended up, it was a collateral damage type of car accident. And he ended up hitting two police cars. Um, just despicable, man. I have no remorse. And I hate, and I'm being real genuine. I'm being real honest. I don't know why his bail was only $1,500. Hey, Bond, I don't get it. It is because when you murder and kill someone, you have malice in your heart. It is an intentional action. It is an intentional action to drive drunk because people say it starts at the when you start your car after you leave the bar or the party wherever you're at. No, it started before you even got dressed. You knew you were going to drink that night, and yet and still you didn't get a $30 Uber ride. I think I've said this before. I think it's one of the more selfish things you can do, man, as an individual is drive drunk. It it destroys so many lives, man. You know, and it may be because I've never drank in my life, never smoked weed in my life, never done any drugs of I don't even take over the counter drugs, you know, and maybe that may have something to do with it. But I have no remorse. I have no remorse, none. Because at the end of the day, if you don't have money, you can call AAA and tell them something's wrong with your engine, and they'll tow your car to your house, and you can sit in the passenger seat for free. It will just cost you a free tow if you have AAA or whoever you have. Nowadays, if you buy a new car, it comes with roadside assistance uh, due to the duration of the plan. Get what I'm saying? So I I don't have no respect. Mm-mm. It and and if I can speak to anyone out there, let this be a lesson learned, man. It is disgusting. Like I don't even like. Mm-mm. People may say like, I mean, I'm not gonna put it in the same category as rape or murder or anything like that, but I just think it's thank God it wasn't life-threatening injuries. But just think, two police officers were just, I mean, I'm just going off what the article say, just doing their job, and unbeknownst to them, uh, they get hit by multiple cars caused by a drunk driver. So he deserves whatever he gets. Um, I could never be on a jury with the drunk driver because they deserve the maximum sentence. I'm sorry, that's just what I believe. Whatever the sentence is, that's what they deserve. You know. Anyways, man, that just totally like I know he just won a fight overseas, if I'm not mistaken. Um, and it was a tough split decision win. I believe it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I just think this is egregious, man. I mean, literally egregious. I I know, and drunk driving is similar to cancer, man. We've all been affected by it to some degree. You know, what I mean, whether it was a friend that got caught with a DUI, or whether we've been injured, or we've actually lost someone, God forbid. Um, I'm I'm always the guy that will volunteer $30, $40 for a friend to get home, in terms of driving drunk. I mean, I don't have to drive them home anymore because of Uber and all that. You go get your car in the morning, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, and you guys know your friends, all right? And I just I just think it's one of the more selfish things you can do as an independent individual is drive drunk. Imagine if you have kids and they at the funeral and they say in the eulogy they say your kids is sitting in the first row and they says your daddy died because he was driving drunk. He hit a guardrail on the freeway. How disgusting does that sound? A $15 drink costs your family billions and billions of dollars in moments, priceless moments, because you wanted to have three shots would cost you $50 because you were selfish. I'm unwavering on this. I don't care what you put in the comment section and say, oh, I'm too harsh on. No, I don't care. It is an intentional action to drive drunk. It starts before you even put your socks on to leave. You're lying to yourself. So that's just what I believe, man. And I don't know, maybe I'm hypersensitive. I'm about to go get on that 15 tomorrow to go to Vegas to watch the NBA Summer League. I don't know if I'm hypersensitive. I don't know. But I've always been this way. And you guys know that in my videos in the past, all my day one subscribers. Uh, I mean, it's like a guy having unprotected sex, has an orgasm in a woman, and then complains she keeps the baby. Nigga, you bust a nut in her. What are you talking about? And you don't take care of the child. That is intentional. That's selfish. That's disgusting. You know, I, take care of the child. I mean, at the end of the day, because it's your child, you got to make sure that the quality of life of the woman you have a child with is acceptable and copacetic for the child to live in. If if she has custody. So man, be careful, man. Take care of your friends, y'all. You know your friends. If the motherfucker is a drinker, he's a drinker. He's a social drinker, he's a social drinker. But know your friends. Know yourself. Don't lie to yourself and say, I'm not gonna go drink. And you've never done it. I'm not drinking tonight. But I've never consistently not drank. And when you do drink, if you can spend $50 on three drinks, right? You can spend $50 on an Uber ride home. If that $50 is going to save you $10,000 in fines and 6 months in jail. I don't know what a DUI charge is, but I'm just not a fan of that shit. And Maurice, you ought to be ashamed of yourself, man. You're a professional. I don't know how old you are. You look awfully young in a fight. So I'm not a fan of you anymore. Like I'm not. I don't care if you guys are hard on me. I'm not. I'm over it. I'm over him. I'm just. Maybe I'll get over it after. I mean, I'm not the one that has to forgive him. I'm not important. I mean, that's between him and the people he affected and God. If he has kids, I think he looks young in this picture in his mugshot. But he's 24 now. Well, he's probably 25, 26. Oh man. So hopefully he learns from this. Um, hopefully he learns from this. At the end of the day, if you have any type of roadside assistance, use your roadside assistance if you've been drinking. All right? They will tow your car home and you can fall asleep in the passenger seat. All right? And it won't cost you anything. Tip him $5 for his troubles and carry on with your day. Go to bed, wake up, and thank God that you had enough common sense to call the roadside assistant. But I'm under the impression if you could spend $50 on three drinks, four drinks, whatever it is, you definitely can spend $50 on an Uber or a Lyft ride home. That's just what I believe. So, anyways, man, you guys genuinely know how I feel about this. Um, he's obviously gonna get lectured by everyone involved. So, I mean, but throw the book at him. I don't care. I don't care if it was my uncle, if it was, like my son per se. It would hurt me, but like I, 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 I think it's disgusting. I hope to God that my son never does this. You guys know that 18 to 25 is tough on these young kids. I fully understand it. So I know they're going to make some decisions that may be harmful to them and others, and that's the reality of it. Because through yourself, you know others, right? I was 18 to 25 at one point, and there were some decisions that I made. You understand that could adversely affected me, and I completely understand that. And thank God no one was woefully harmed, you know what I mean, or injured or died, or you understand. So I get it. So I'm not perfect. So I may stand corrected on that. But right now in this moment, if I'm on that jury, what's the charge? 1 year in prison? Give him 1 year in prison. What's the fine? $10,000? Charge him $10,000. That's just how I feel. That's just what I believe. And it may be because my family has been affected by drugs and alcohol. I mean, um, in terms of actual use of family and actually selling drugs um, and just the collateral damage of drugs and crack and marijuana in our communities and guns. It's such a collateral damage, man, and it's not visual now because maybe we're not doing the drugs, but maybe our grand uncles did it, our mom's first cousins, dad's first cousins did it, and it could adversely affected our childhood, you know. So this is what I'm a firm believer in the butterfly effect. Um, as I tell you guys, I'm a huge fan of Malcolm Gladwell. You guys should watch his book and start with the tipping point, and it will lead you down the path where personal accountability will be amazing. Metaphysical personal accountability is a beautiful thing, man. And I'll say that again: metaphysical personal accountability uh, is a beautiful thing, man. And Malcolm Gladwell will lead you down that road. That book, I'm telling you, changed my entire teaching career. Reading The Tipping Point changed my entire teaching career. If you get a chance, read that book. All right. Um, it was a beautiful book. It spoke to me. It held me accountable. It made me understand cause and effect. It made me understand how me as an individual is the problem sometimes, and I didn't see it. So, anyways, man, I'm a firm believer in personal accountability. Um, Read Malcolm Gladwell's Tipping Point um, this summer. Read it. If you've been subscribed to me for any time, if you value any one of my videos, if you whatever, I appreciate the comments you guys say. If you hate me, consider this a tea leaf. Consider this an olive branch. Consider this a gift. Read Malcolm Gladwell's Tipping Point. All right? It is an amazing book. And that's it. So Barbershop Conversations. Maurice Hooker, don't ever do this shit again. All my young guys out there, it's the not 4th of July, but it's July. We in the dead of the summer. It's turn up time. You know what I mean? It's Petey Pablo time, right? Put your flags in the air, right? Turn up, man. I get it. I've been there. I'm not gonna lie and say I haven't been there and didn't want to do it, but at the end of the day, hold yourself accountable, man. Your legacy is more important than those fucking 3 drinks you're about to have and fucking ruin your family and or ruin someone else's life. Because that $10,000 you're giving to the court system could go to your kids' private school education, their first car, their prom, their college education, their entrepreneurship, your down payment on a house. Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Talk to you guys soon. Peace.